This is my speaking practice. This is my. I tend to pronounce this word this like this. Like I tend to pronounce TH sound as if it were D sound. I don't know why. Probably because we don't have any TH sound. We don't have any sound like TH sound in Japanese, so I'm used to pronouncing this like this. But do you understand that? Do you really understand that I am pronouncing this sound, TH sound, like this? Does this sound obvious? I really hope that you let me know. I noticed this. I knew that I used to pronounce this way. I mean, this. I pronounce this, okay? I knew that I was doing this, but when I looked at someone else's video, the video was made by this person who is Japanese, and we tend to have the same mistakes when we speak because our original language is the same. And I was curious to see him speaking English, and so that I thought that I could learn a lot from his speaking. And one thing that I noticed was that he pronounced this like this. And it was obvious, and it was pretty unnatural to me. And then I looked back. I had to stop the recording because I wanted to cough. I had something weird in my throat, and now I'm okay. By the way, get back to my original story where I was. I reflected on myself back then and realized that I was doing the same without knowing it. And ever since then, I thought that I had been paying much attention to TH sound when I pronounced, but yesterday I videotaped myself for the very first time in many times where I was speaking English, and I actually uploaded it on my main channel. And I'm thinking of uploading the same video without the Japanese subtitle. I think that it's better for me to put the Japanese title on the video and upload the same video on this channel. I'm not really sure if I can upload the very same video on different channels, on my original channel and on this channel. I'm not sure if it's not good for my algorithm. Is that okay? Algorithm. Okay, anyway, and when I looked at myself speaking in English in that video, which was a pretty short video though, I noticed that my TH sound turned out to be like D, like I said that this is, and I noticed it, and it was a bit embarrassing to me because I always say that I've been studying English for such a long time, but still I cannot do this, right? And I even didn't notice that I was doing it. So I felt embarrassed, and I was determined. It made me determined to not to make the same mistake again. And although I've been I think I've been paying much attention to the TH sound, but I'm not sure because subconsciously, when I'm not conscious, I might be doing the same. I might be making the same mistake over and over again. But since I have the opportunity to record my voice like this, so I think that I'll be getting better in the future. I can make the TH sound properly without knowing it, unconsciously even. I really hope so. And by the way, talking about the video I uploaded on my main channel, it was about my hair change. Hairstyle change. Makeover. Is it okay? Makeover. It's a makeover video. I cut my hair and get a perm. I got a perm yesterday. That was my very first time in many, many, many years. Let's see, more than probably 40 years or so. The reason why I wanted to get a perm, or I wanted to get my hair permed, was that for the past year, I have been having this shoulder pain. It's only for my left shoulder. My right shoulder is okay, totally okay. It's perfect. And I'm right-handed, so I'm fortunate to have this pain only on my left shoulder, which is not my main arm. Since I'm right-handed, so I do things with my right hand or right arms more often than I do with my left hand or left arm. So I think I'm fortunate, but still having this pain for as long as 1 year is really hard for me. And I'm fed up with this pain. But fortunately, this pain, has been getting better and better, lighter and lighter. But still, I think it has something to do with my brain, I guess. Even though my shoulder is totally fixed, or got better, my brain still remembers that my left arm was hurting. I don't know if my guess is totally right or not, correct or not, but I guess that my brain is stopping me to move my left arm somehow, because it still remembers that I was having the pain on my left arm. So every time I try to do something with my left arm, I feel as if I were told not to move that left arm as much as I want to still, even though I don't feel as much pain on my left arm as I used to. Yeah, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to, but still, when I try to do something with my left arm, it's very difficult for me to move my left arm somehow. The movement is kind of slow, and I don't know what is happening to my left arm still. And it's stiff. It's more stiffer. I don't know which. It's more stiff and it makes me move my left arm even more. It makes me hesitant to move my left arm, so it's difficult for me to do things with my left arm, and it doesn't move as much as it used to. And I still have this problem after 1 year, but pain has almost gone, which is a very good part. And anyway, the reason why I decided to get my hair permed is that every time I try to use my hair iron, is this word okay? Is it an English word, or is it an English word that no? Is it a Japanese English, or is it a Japanese expression that we created using an English word? I'm not sure, but it's a very hot iron for hair, and I love using the hair iron because when I use it, my hair looks shiny and curly and more gorgeous, and it makes me feel so nice, glamorous. So that is why I loved using my hair iron. But with this pain on my left arm, it was totally difficult to raise my arm higher than my shoulder. So it means that I couldn't use my hair iron at all. Totally at all. It was totally impossible for me to use the hair iron just because I had this pain on my arms. Not on my arms, only the left arm, but I can't use my hair iron only with my right arm, because right arm is the one that has the hair iron, and I have to use my left arm to support it, or support my hair, to hold the hair. I cannot use my hair iron, but sometimes when I see or when I hear a story about people who lost their arms or legs or something, or especially arms in this context, I mean, even though they lost their arms, and many of them even lost their arms after many years. I mean, since they were born, means that they wasn't born that way, but because of accidents or something, mainly accidents, right? Or injuries, or diseases, and they had to cut their arms. They had to have their arms cut, amputated, and but most of them, I don't know how many of them, so I should say they use their legs instead of their arms, and they can do many complicated things with their legs, like the things that we usually do with our arms or hands, and fingers, right? And their toes, or I don't know how to call the fingers of their feet, but we should. There's something that there's something that we only do with our fingers because it's so complicated, and it's very subtle, And so we need to use our fingers, and even we have something that it's something that is totally impossible for us to use our fingers because things are very difficult or complicated. But we manage to do it our own fingers because that's how we do, and we can help, right? But like eating something with chopsticks, for example, we eat everything with chopsticks and using chopsticks, and it's quite difficult for us to do. Yeah, we are used to it. We are used to using chopsticks, so it's okay for us. But for some people who only use knives and forks, or knife and fork, when they eat, using chopsticks when they eat is a bit difficult, right? But for such people, I mean, without arms, they have to do it with their legs, right? Or toes, or other fingers of their feet, right? And they do actually. I've seen someone using his leg to use chopsticks when he eats, and I was quite surprised or astonished, and I couldn't understand it at all. I couldn't believe it. It was too good to believe. Yeah, it was true. It was true. It was not fake. Yeah, I know, but I can't understand why he can do such a thing. I can't even use my left hand to eat something. Using chopsticks. I seldom do it. My daughter practices using, she's left-handed, and my father, who passed away 4 years ago, was also left-handed. So I think that she was inherited it from my father, though. And anyway, she always holds chopsticks with her left hand, but she tries to eat her meals with her right hand, the opposite hand, in case something happens to her left hand, because she would have to eat things with her right hand. But what if it is difficult for her to do? And also, she's well prepared, in other words. And I also hear that try to use your hand, which is opposite from the one you usually use, is good for your brain, because it stimulates your brain so much that it makes you I don't know, less susceptible to having diseases like Alzheimer's or senile. I don't know how to explain it in English, but old people, that disease or condition that old people, senior citizens, come down with. It is a lot to do with your brain, right? But if you stimulate your brain so much when you are younger, you can prevent from becoming or coming down with such diseases or conditions or something like that when you get older. So it's good. And if you hold your shoulder bag, always on your right shoulder, and then sometimes you should do it on your left arm shoulder because it stimulates your brain also. It's uncomfortable at first, but you'll get used to it eventually. And the more you use it, the more comfortable it gets. It's the same as using your foreign language or for mother tongue even. As they say, use it or lose it, right? That's true. That is why I'm trying to use my English like this. But I was shocked when I watched myself speaking in English in my yesterday's video because it was totally unscripted and it was a very short video and I only spoke 3 or 4 lines, so I could have prepared beforehand, but I didn't do it. It was totally spontaneous. It was totally spontaneous. I just had this idea of explaining that I was going to get a haircut and get my hair permed, and it was spontaneous. I got this idea suddenly, out of the blue, and I turned on my iPhone, the video, okay, and I started speaking, and just as I had expected, I couldn't speak English as well as good as well as I wanted, and it made me blue actually. Why can't I speak like usual, as usual? Once I turned on the video, but actually that's what happens to many people, right? The biggest reason for them to feel this way is that they are not used to speaking in front of a camera or a video camera or iPhone. If you are used to doing this, it has become natural to you, right? And every time you do this, it's nothing, right? Not because it's usual. It's the same as usual. And that happened to me yesterday. That's all. It's not something serious. It's not something complicated. It doesn't have to make me feel blue. All I need to do is to have more opportunities to do the same thing and over again. That's so simple. But now I'm just recording my voice, but I started to thinking about videotaping myself when I speak English in my car. So that's why I bought a stand for me to use when I videotape myself in a car. And it came yesterday, okay? And I was trying to use it in my kitchen. And I thought that I could videotape myself that way, using the stand in the kitchen, but the background was not very good. I was standing in front of my microwave oven, and some things that were messy got into the screen. I was standing in front of all those messy things, and it was not good. It was not the most favorable situation that I should use to videotape myself, I guess. Yeah, it's okay if it's very relaxed. relaxing kind of atmosphere, kind of video, yeah, it's okay. I don't care much about it because it's just practice, but I decided to videotape myself at my table where I always study or eat meals, and the background is my video, my piano and my guitar, and I love the background better. So I decided to videotape myself, and it was quite spontaneous. I played it by ear, and I started speaking, but I couldn't speak as much as I wanted. I mean, as well as I wanted, as good as I wanted. I don't know which one is the best. But I hope that you understand what I'm talking about, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I started, but it turned out to be not as good as I had wanted. But that's the reality, right? Anyway, it was a very short video, less than 1 minute, and I'm going to upload it after this, so please watch it, I hope. And from now on, in order to get used to speaking in front of a camera, I might do it for my videos on this channel. I want it to be anonymous totally. That's why all these videos these days, all the videos I have uploaded for the last 20 days or so only had the totally black background, right? And I'm not making videos for this channel to entertain people so that more people can watch. I'm not, I don't want many viewers for these videos because I'm doing this for myself only, for my practice. And it's quite long. Each video is quite long, and people don't like long videos, right? If it's not influential or informative for them. And since I'm doing this to practice my English daily, it's a perfect opportunity for me to practice English because I don't like to talk to people. Yeah, I love to talk to people in a real sense, deep inside, but I'm hesitant to talk to real people because I don't want to kill their time. I don't want to waste their time. That's how I feel because I have this tendency, which is called at least two tendencies, which are called attachment disorder and one more thing, avoidant personality disorder, and some other personality disorders because of attachment disorder. Okay, everything starts from attachment disorder because you know that you have been loved properly. You have a good self-image of yourself. But if you haven't, you can't have a good image of yourself naturally. I've talked about this many times in my previous videos, though. So I'm practicing explaining things in my English. And the more you speak, the better you can get at it, right? That's why I'm doing this. And so that's why. And I'm spontaneous. I mean, I always play by ear, and this is totally unscripted, and I just speak while thinking what to say, what to talk about. So that is why I get stuck very often. I get lost, and I go off on a tangent very often, and I forget words. I can't memorize. I can't recall something that I should say, and it's very clumsy, and it's very difficult to listen to, I guess, for people. So that is why I don't want many people to listen to my recordings and to feel discouraged, or I don't want them to feel sorry, because this is just practice. And if you listen to my recordings, if you happen to watch my videos by clicking, thinking or wondering what it is, and if I can encourage them to some extent, in some way, I'd be really happy, okay? Because the more you speak, the better you can get at it, right? I have to speak a lot to make English my second nature, and in order to make something your second nature, all you need to do is just one thing, which is to use it a lot every day, constantly, until you get comfortable enough to do it, right? That's the only way, that's the only thing you have to do. So that is why I'm doing this. But it isn't very interesting for people to listen to. So I'm not expecting many people to watch my videos, and it's okay. It's okay. The main purpose of this project, my practice, is that by using my English as many times as possible, I want to make my English my second nature, so that I can speak English more comfortably. I want to be like a native English speaker, and some foreigners can become like them, right? Because they use their English, their foreign languages, very much, right? Very, very much. And their efforts paid off. Is it okay? Paid off. Their dream came true. Their dream to be able to become as good as an English speaker has come true, right? Because they did their good job. They did their great job. So that's what I want to do on this channel. And I used to keep a journal. About 2 or 3 months ago, I was keeping my journal, and I just wrote something that came into my mind in English. And one day, I thought that, why not I do this? While speaking, not writing. And I wanted to see how it goes myself. And I started doing this. And this is the practice I'm doing. I think that I should write more if I want to be a decent speaker, because when you write, it takes time for you to think, right? and then you can choose the right word, right expressions, and you can write the right sentences. It makes you, or it helps you speak well, speak better, because when you speak, you have to think, right? And you have to be organized if you want to speak better, if you want to speak good, well, right? And so writing helps you do this. That's why I think I'd better write more, but these days, I speak more than write. So that is why I tend to feel that my English isn't getting any better, because I only think English in my head and just speak, and I don't have any opportunity to think it through thoroughly, right? And that's the reason why I should write more often. But I'm using this textbook now. It's a textbook for speech test. For ACAN, it's a English test for Japanese people to take. It's the most famous one. And the grade of the textbook for the test I'm using now is not the highest one, but the second highest one. And I chose that grade even though I should use the textbook for the highest grade in my level, is that they are easier and they are simpler. The text for the highest grade is more complicated and more difficult, using more sophisticated vocabularies. But I don't need that difficult one. All I need is to learn many useful everyday expressions that I can use in my writing and in my speech. And by as many expressions, good expressions, I forgot the first part of this sentence, so I have to say it all over again though. By memorizing all those useful expressions, I thought that it would help my speech better. It would make my speech better. It would help my speech become better. Because in a nutshell, it's better for you to know a lot of useful expressions and set phrases, right? And otherwise, you have to use the same ones over and over again. Yeah, it's okay as long as you are making yourself understood. This is the most important thing if you want to be a good communicator. But what I mean by you are a fluent speaker is that you know a lot of expressions that you can use interchangeably, and it makes your speech more colorful. It makes your writing more colorful, and it's fun. Yeah, moreover, it's fun. So that is why I'm trying to learn as many good expressions as possible from the textbook for the speech test, and I chose the second highest grade because I don't have to use those fancy quote and unquote fancy vocabularies anyway. But now I want to, I want to have a good command of English. And I thought that using the textbook for the grade is the best. So that's why I've been doing this. And what I do every day is that I read the text many times, and I write the story and the text, everything in my notebook myself, and I take out all those useful expressions myself and write them in my notebook, and using all those expressions and set phrases I wrote in the notebook, I make my own sentences, or using the expressions, I try to recall the whole sentence that is used in the textbook. It's not good to memorize all those things. I don't think that I should learn all those things by heart, because it's not very effective. It's hard work, but it's not that effective. You have to use your brain, and trying to memorize doesn't matter. It's not so important. You have to use your brain to use the expressions that you want to memorize, and just memorizing something, the whole sentence or something, is too automatic, too artificial. But you have to use this expression many times yourself, so that you can use them in your speech in real life. And what I mean by you are a fluent speaker is that you can use all those expressions while you're speaking or you're writing, because such expressions you have become part of you already. And reading something and being able to understand and being able to use those expressions yourself is totally a different story. So you have to do lots of practice. And not just reading is not effective, not as effective as you think if you want to be a decent speaker. That is why I stopped this method, which is called I forgot. Immersion. Yeah, immersion is very important. You have to expose yourself to the language if you want to learn it. But just listening and just reading is not very effective, because at some point you have to start using the language yourself. And before that, you should listen, and you should write. You should read and listen a lot. Yeah, it's necessary. It's imperative. What does it mean? It's necessary, and you have to do it. Yeah, you must do it. Yeah. Without doing this, you cannot speak anything. If you can, it can be messy. It can be totally crazy, right? Well, I think I spoke too much. The weather report says that it's cloudy. No, it's sunny actually, and the temperature is getting higher and higher, so I have to walk my dogs now. before it gets too hot. Okay, thank you very much for listening. If you are there, okay, I'll be back later. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.